Wilson. Again, space is opening up. Well, he scored one, and that one was fairly adjacent as well. And considering that before today he'd never scored for Tottenham Hotspur, he's having a decent afternoon. Not bad for a free transfer. Osborne. Bull. Goodman. Oh, sweeping play by Wolves. This is Osborne. Atkins ahead of him. Still they come with Goodman. Now Armstrong. Away from Richards. Still Armstrong. Good block. Only as far as Campbell, though. Stahl was relieved to have the chance to clutch that. Well, if it continues like this for much longer, Rocket Ronnie may be on. Goodman. Sliding challenge came from Austin. This is Fox. Sheringham. Now from Campbell's pass, here's Austin. Richards took no chances. And this is Tottenham's first corner after virtually an hour of play. Kasky takes it. Sheringham's unmarked. Calderwood went in there. And Richards again was the last man back. Let's have another go. Kasky again. Eric Young in the way. Armstrong. Was that an arm? Armstrong high in the air. Down from Rankin. Mabbott, good save by Stahl. He did well to keep his feet for long enough to see where the ball was going. Gary Mabbott tends to reserve his goals for the FA Cup. His last one was against Sunderland last season at the same stage of the competition. Austin. Oh, no one's picked up Rule Fox. Could have gone with it himself. Back from Sheringham. No foul. Thompson was the defender. Kasky, deflected cross. Armstrong. Oh! Well, that's as near as he's come all day. He rose ever so well. Got in front of the defender and scraped the post. Well, this was the penalty incident. Thompson seemed to be in his own ground. Goodman, straight to Austin. Sheringham. Armstrong. Not quite into the path of Fox. Bull. Oh, Austin's nicked it back. This is Fox. Armstrong. A foot either side, and that would have been 2-1. It was a rarity that Wolves were caught in possession. Austin must take credit for that, and Armstrong for this header. Very direct, but directly at the keeper. Ferguson. Thompson with the throw. Back from Ferguson. Two in the middle. One of them is Bull. He just couldn't get goal side of Mabbott. Atkins. Rankin. Edinburgh concedes the corner. Rankin's had a steady game on the right-hand side. The big men are all forward. Ferguson's cross, Young, and it was Sheringham of all people, virtually on the goal line. Out by Kasky. Now Fox. On to Armstrong. Balked by Richards. Referee saw nothing wrong. This was the corner routine where the keeper came really into no man's land. It was a battle he wasn't going to win, and Eric Young nearly made him pay. Young's touch wasn't quite decisive enough, and that was Sheringham on the line. Here's Fox. Kasky. Aim for Armstrong. Oh, he's lost Richards. But Richards recovered ever so well. He has such poise, Dean Richards, until he was upended by Campbell. But that's not the first time that he saved Wolves' skin. He is such a presence inside the penalty area. Armstrong got the better of him initially, but not when it really mattered. Mark McGee and Colin Lee. These will be anxious moments for them with just 2.5 minutes to go. Edinburgh. Now Wilson. To be fair to Wolves, they've worked so hard that maybe they've helped to make Tottenham look bad. Sheringham. Now Campbell. Ball away from Ferguson. Onto Armstrong. Kasky. Credit to guess who? Richards. For another superbly timed tackle. Darren Kasky sensing his first goal of the season. And it looked on. Off Armstrong's pass until the big number 6 intervened. And the two sides must do it all again at Molineux in 11 days' time. Wolves more than deserved their replay. Clive Wilson had given Spurs an early lead in the 13th minute after the first of two fairly awful defensive errors, that one by Andy Thompson. Don Goodman capitalised quarter of an hour later from Austin's error to make it 1-1. The second half was tight. Spurs had the best chance through Armstrong. They didn't take it. And now for the Wolves' lair and a real test of Tottenham's mettle. Today it's finished level.
Thought we started well, did very well, got the goal. A bit unfortunate not to get another goal. And then, without Wolves having to do anything at all, we've actually put them back in the game. You know, we tend to do some things the hard way here. And we've made, obviously, from a defensive point of view, a very poor mistake.
We felt satisfied that we had came with a plan, as it were, and that the plan had worked, and that we got at least what we deserved. I think that it wasn't a case of we should have won, thank goodness it's over, because we could have lost. It was more a case of, yes, we've done the job, we've got the result, and now we go back to our place.
You're 9 games into your reign now. Was that the performance that they were capable of when you first started, or was your stamp on it?
Well, I think that there was certainly, I've not changed a lot of the personnel, so obviously it was inside them somewhere. It came out a bit in Villa, and it started to come out gradually, and we saw a little bit more of it today. I still think we can eventually pass the ball a lot better than we've even done today. At times we've tried to pass the ball and we've given it away unnecessarily, but we'll keep working at that training, we'll keep working it match by match, but we'll get better.
Well, I think in the FA Cup, I think all league form goes out the window really, and it doesn't matter which league you're playing really, it's going to be 100 mile an hour all the game. So the pace of the game was quick. Obviously we're playing against better quality players and you've got to concentrate harder. So yeah, it was a bit different, hard work, but enjoyed it.
What will you say to people that'll say to you, hey, you're favourites now with the replay at Molineux and 28,000 screaming people from the Black Country?
I think they're probably crazy, really. I mean, there's a world of difference between the Premier League at the minute and the First Division, with all due respect to all First Division clubs. And Tottenham are right at the top of the Premier League. I think they'll probably go there fancying the chances, but if they don't give us the respect we deserve, then we'll hopefully punish them.
Well, Wolves did well today. The Tottenham strikers were well held, weren't they, Trevor? Yes, I thought Wolves did do homework well, as Mark McGee said. They warranted the draw. Spurs weren't sparking on all cylinders. Good to see that Darren Anderton's back in training. Perhaps he'd be ready for the bench for the replay. But I think Wolves took the credit. Up front, I thought Ball and Goodman had good movement and stretched the Spurs defence. In midfield, Simon Osborne played well because Osborne had been at QPR, hadn't really found his form. Mark McGee had him at Reading and has gone back and bought him and seemed to have sort of rekindled his enthusiasm. At the back, Neil Emblem, one of 3 central defenders, played well, but the one player I wanted to focus on really was Dean Richards. I thought he was outstanding. Whenever I've seen him, he's looked so composed. 1.8 million by Graham Taylor. We should give Graham Taylor a mention. A lot of money, but he's certainly proving his worth. And here he stays on his feet excellent. And as Armstrong tries to hit the shot, blocks it well. In his timing and reading of the game was superb throughout the afternoon. Dominant in the air because of his size, but more than anything, alongside me, Alan will be delighted to see his composure, because here he's got Armstrong and he sees Mabbott join in from behind and he's reading again, but nothing elaborate, just knocks it off. And the great thing for me, having been a midfield player, is that if you've got a back player like that who just sees you so easily, look, cushions it, knocks it in, and Osborne there able to let it run, hasn't got to touch the ball and then just knocks it inside. The weight of the pass was outstanding. Here he just chests it. Again, very simple ball, but as you see so many defenders just knock it back up as a hopeful ball. Here he nearly got caught out, of course, but he has got a lot of strength, 2 good feet, and used them well there and comes away and then wins a free kick. He was a very influential figure throughout, and he's an under-21 international already, and you know, if he works well, he's got a chance at the very full level.
Well, we've got Dean Richards plays for England in rugby, so...
a bit more aggressive there. I wouldn't like to tangle with him. But no, he's done very well. He's got a lot of potential.
1.5 million, you say, from Bradford?
1.8 from Bradford City.
Yeah.
I mean, Graham Taylor saw that, and certainly, you know, we've criticised him in the past, but I mean, he saw, I think, the ability to play from the back. Mark McGee likes to play that way, so it's useful to have somebody like him there.
Criticised Graham Taylor?
Well, no, people have Graham Taylor because of, you know, the style of play and whatever, whereas Mark is changing their style. But I mean, Graham perhaps didn't get the best of Dean Richards because he tended to play more of a direct play.
Right. But there was one mark-up in the Wolves' defence that you, again, were rather unhappy with, Alan.
Well, I thought it was a decent pass from Andy Thompson. I thought Eric Young got caught unawares here. He just gets caught on his heels, a bit flat-footed. The ball's really close to him, but he lets it go past him. Wilson comes in, Young backtracks, and it's a good hit and a well-taken goal.
Isn't that a fairly dangerous ball to ping across the goal there?
It's only dangerous if you mess it up and somebody goes through and scores, really. But
that's underlining the point.
Yeah, but what happens is, the thing is, what Trevor's trying to say, they're trying to play. Now, when you're trying to play football in defence, everybody's got to be able to play. And Eric Young is a very good player. He's good in the air, he's strong in the deck, but he never strives and plays football. And I think he got caught on his heels there. I think if you had a centre-back, if it had been Dean Richards, he would have gone in that position. He'd been aware of what was coming, and I don't think there'd been a problem.
It was just a moment of non-concentration, wasn't it?
Well, but well, that sums it up then. I mean, you can't blame the fullback for that.
Thank you for letting me sum it up.